Hi guys, this is Lashette from Scarlet Moon Creations and I am back. This is part 2 of my Garden Arcana videos. This is a hashtag created by Candy Soul and Soil and Garden Goddess Tarot. And yeah, I think I'm gonna do these monthly. I don't have the capacity to do them weekly like they did. Though with the new information I just found out that might be an issue. We'll see. So if you watch my first episode, you should know this is basically finding the tarot, the major arcana specific in your garden. And my garden is the Foodway at Concrete Plant Park. I hesitate to say that these will come out monthly because of the latest news. I'm filming this on June 30th and I wanted this to come out earlier, but June was a very, very busy month for me. So this is the first time I'm getting out here. The two hindrances at this point is one, on days like today, where there are the wildfires that have been going on for several months, the majority of the year in Canada, and I'm in New York City. And today, or this week, really is another week of the smoke coming down. So it affects breathing and air quality. It's not great. So I'm washing everything I forage, but trying not to go out on days like today, but I'm not gonna be out here too long. I also, the other issue is we recently found out that the concrete structures, the silos, they can't keep them up anymore. They are too dangerous. The structures are not safe, so they need to pull them down, which means that the whole park will be closed for 2 months while that is done. And yeah, July 5th is September 5th. So if I can, I will kind of in the next couple of days come here and film 2 more times and put out a July and August Garden Arcana videos. But if not, well, we'll see you in September, I guess. So yeah, today's Garden Arcana, we're talking about 3 cards: the Emperor, the Hierophant, and the Lovers. The number 4, 5, and 6 cards in the major arcana. So let's go find some plants in areas that kind of fit. Now we start out with the Emperor card, and the discipline that I and fellow volunteers and the Bronx River Alliance staff do with taking care of the plants in the Foodway, I think falls under the Emperor. Weeding and putting down mulch, like you see I'm doing here for these Juneberry trees. This is all about creating boundaries, not nurturing in obviously that Empress way, but in the more active, doing the work, creating boundaries, Emperor way. With the mulch, this is a very protective aspect. Like, we've pulled the weeds out and now like the mulch will help keep the moisture in the ground and protect the trees. It's another boundary. Another version of the whole like creating boundaries or walls to protect the foodway, the edible food forest we have going here, is we've been in the process of changing the literal boundaries, the walls of the garden here, from wood, which has basically broken down and rotted after all this time, to rocks. And we've got this huge pile of rocks that we still need to pull from, and I believe the Parks Department provides us with those. So wherever they've pulled rocks from throughout the city, We get a couple, and we've been placing them and replacing, like I said, the wood boundaries. This is, I guess you would call it a giant raised garden bed. And yeah, instead of wood, which has broken down, we now have the rocks, and that'll last longer. I also see the signage that we put up and put up and put up again as a kind of organizing from a, I guess, governmental standpoint, the emperor putting down the rules and signage so people can understand what's right and what's wrong and what is what. As for plants that could be for this, going with the Aries energy of this card, there goji berries that we're growing. This is in the tomato and pepper families, and that's what they taste like. And obviously they're bright red here, but yeah, they're ripe in June-ish, July. Another plant are the red clovers, and that's just to say, you know, because they're red and good for you, ready to help your body do what it does best. So now let's look to the next card as we see the last of the barriers. For the Hierophant card, we've got the most obvious sage. I have the kitchen herbal variety, as well as lots and lots of blue hill sage with these blue flowers. Now, Nathan says we're in a drought, but no one's saying anything. So these have been blooming, and I found a couple that still are, and you can see the bees going crazy for them in our pollinator section. But yeah, it's been very dry, even with all the watering, so kind of hard to... They've been drying out very quickly. We also have thyme, which is considered associated with Taurus, or more specifically Venus. It's a Venus plant. It's used for health and healing, but also for purification. The Greeks burned it in their temples to purify them, and it was often burned prior to magical rituals and used in magical cleansing baths. What we have here is creeping thyme, and that's also good for throat and respiratory health, which Taurus is associated with through the Hierophant here. And last but not least, we have yucca, which is used in fiber weaving arts. Particularly though, certain people like to use this during Palm Sunday to make crosses. Alright, the next plants are for the lovers. We start out with the apple trees. This tree shows up on the lovers card, particularly the Rider-Waite-Smith version, where on the woman's side, on the female character's side, that is the tree of knowledge and temptation with the snake wrapped around it from the biblical story. And we have several apples here. Apple trees, I mean. Okay, next we have a yarrow. Lots and lots of yarrow. This is a planet associated with the element of air, and Gemini is the first sign of air, and it's so associated with the Lovers card. The Herb Crafter's Tarot has the Hawthorn as the Lovers, but we don't have that at the Foodway. Yarrow, I think, is a decent replacement or other option. It's used for love if you hang it over your bed, or used wedding decorations. It ensures long-lasting love, and it's often used in love spells. If you carry yarrow, apparently it would attract friends and distant relations to you that you want to be in contact with. So it draws attention. It's a Venusian herb as well, but that's neither here nor there. Last but not least, we've got lemon balm. Now, this card is associated with the mint family, particularly peppermint, but also in the mint family that actually grows in the foodway is lemon balm, which you see here. And it's associated with the lungs and the arms as well. But lemon balm also is good for calming those thoughts that spin around in your head, that very Gemini aspect that occurs to many people, not just those of this sun sign. So it's a good, I guess, counteracting herb for those Gemini energies, and one I greatly love. I wanted to mention this since Thea mentioned it in her video, the companion gardening or companion planting. That's something we were looking to do this year, though it might not happen now. Doing like a Three Sisters section. Here where I'm showing you, we have some corn, or we did have some corn. I'm not 100% sure it's still there, to be honest. But yeah, the Three Sisters are corn, beans, and gourds, and they just complement each other. But we have had corn, like I said, and we currently still definitely do have gourds, which the leaves are humongous. I believe how the story goes is that the gourds provide ground cover and protect the soil from the heat of the sun, while the beans go underground somehow and connect all three plants and provide them and the soil they're planted in with more nutrients, because beans suck up lots of nutrients from the earth, more than a lot of plants. And the corn grows up tall and therefore high above any ground cover, and bring in the energy and nutrients that the sun provides. So that is the Lovers, the Hierophant, and the Emperor card in my garden, the Foodway, here at Concrete Plant Park. Guys, like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you are new. Hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming. Links in the description to everything I mentioned, including to the Foodway and the Bronx River Alliance. Just if you're planning on visiting, remember it's going to be closed from July 5th to September 5th. So, you know, make your plans accordingly. But yeah, also linked are my social media accounts if you'd like to follow me anywhere else, as well as a 10% off discount code to my Etsy shop, where I make all natural bath and body products, some using the plants here in the Foodway, and I offer tarot and oracle card readings as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.